I'm going to go ahead and import some clips to work with here by going to File and selecting Import. Then I'm going to select my two video clips, Multicam 1 and Multicam 2, and open those into my project panel for you. So today we're going to learn about multicam editing. So the purpose of this is if you have a video recording of a single instance and there's two different camera angles on that person being recorded, you want to be able to flip back and forth between each camera angle without messing up the audio. So the easy way to do this is to create a multicam source sequence. One way to do that is by shift-clicking both clips within your project panel and then right-click and select Create Multi-Camera Source Sequence. So I'm going to click that for you. Then you'll see this dialog box pop open. I'm going to sync this to my sound timecode. You may also want to try an audio sync. It just depends on your clips what's going to work better. So I would try both of those to see what works best for you. Once I clicked OK, you'll notice it created a new sequence in my project panel, shown by the little icon in the bottom right corner of the sequence on the project panel. You can check out your clip to see that. Now I'm going to click and drag that new sequence over into my timeline. You'll notice that the timeline is now green. The video and audio tracks are now green. Normally this would be blue, but when you're creating a multicam source sequence, you do want to make sure that it's green. That shows you that you did it correctly. Now I'm going to show you one other way to do that. In order to do that, I'm going to delete my clips and then go and import those two original multicam clips again. Once my clips are imported, I now have a second option for doing this. So I'm going to click this little folder icon at the bottom of the project panel. That's going to let me create a new bin. It looks like a folder. It's called a bin. So I'm going to label this multicam. Then I'm going to click and drag both of my clips into that multicam folder. All you have to do at that point is right-click on the folder and then click this option that says Create Multi-Camera Source Sequence again. By doing that, you get the same dialog box open. Make sure you choose one of the sound or audio checkboxes and then click OK. Now this time you don't see your sequence originally, but if you open the bin, you now see your sequence right there. The sequence is indicated by the little icon in the bottom right corner of the sequence, and then also there's almost a tiny little preview window inside of the clip that shows you the second multicam view in the sequence. So again, click and drag this to the timeline to get it there. Now you also notice that processed clips bin. That shows you that the two original clips are inside of that bin. Now, once I dragged it to the timeline, you see I created another clip on here that shows me the sequence, and it's again green. So in order to actually edit this, we're going to need to use our program window. At the bottom right corner of your program window, you'll notice there is a plus sign. You want to click that button. That's your button indicator, your button editor. So with your button editor, these are all the buttons that you have access to on this panel. We're going to click this one right here. It says Toggle Multi-Camera View. So you add this to your options by clicking and dragging it to that button option bar, and then click OK. If you click OK, it's now available to you. And you want to click the button on your program panel, and we can see there are two different camera angles available to me to flip back and forth. So the way that we actually apply this to your timeline is by clicking play. I'm going to mute my audio. We click play, and then during the natural transitions of the clip, we can slowly click back and forth. So every time you want the camera angle to change, you're going to click to that opposite clip. And you'll see a preview on the right side of what this will look like once it's edited. Again, if I was going to use this to create a full video, I would have cropped this and edited it better. But just to show you the flipping back and forth between the two different camera angles. Once you play all the way through your sequence, you'll now see all the different clips that you made throughout your movie. So these are the different cuts. You can then go through and use some of your tools in the timeline panel to adjust those as needed. If you're looking to learn more about the tools, I highly recommend you checking out my video on tools in Premiere Pro. And that's it. You created your first multicam sequence.